Hello everyone, this is James the Local Viking, and in today's video we're going to do a training on how to use Local Viking. So the first thing you want to do is you're going to sign into your Local Viking account, type in your email that you signed up with and the password. Now when you first sign up to Local Viking and log in for the very first time, you're not going to see any Google My Business listings. What you're going to want to do is sync those listings to Local Viking. To do so, you're going to go to the top right drop-down menu, click Google Accounts. You're going to add an account, and you're going to click an account you wish to oath verify to Local Viking. Once your account is oath verified to Local Viking, all your Google My Business listings are going to sync to Local Viking. It is important to note that Local Viking is not a user on any of your Google My Business listings. We are simply syncing the listings to Local Viking. Now, once you have your listings in the Local Viking, you're going to click onto a listing that you wish to look at. The first tab is going to be your Details tab. If you come down here to the Keyword section, this is where you can add in keywords. You can choose to add any and all amount of keywords that you wish to track. So if we add pizza and we track it by local mobile and organic mobile, it's going to cost us a total of 2 credits times the frequency that it's checked. So if it's 2 credits for every week, 4 weeks in a month, that's going to be 8 credits a month. Credits are reflected at the top left number. The top right number is for GeoGrid credits, but for traditional keywords, it's going to be a top left number. Just to highlight some more features in the detail section, we have the ability to tag our Google My Business listings, and this allows you to select listings based upon the name or the tag assigned to a bunch of listings. You can also add notes, internal notes, to Google My Business listings as well. If you scroll down, this is our Insight section. This is the same Insight report seen in Google My Business. We can set a comparison to see how we did comparing two set time periods. We can select on or hover over each of the categories in the Insight report to see more details as to what each section means. And you can get a very easy visual as to see if you're up or down comparing the two sections of time. If you scroll to the bottom, this is our calendar section. This is where we can see all the scheduled media and posts that we have for the future. The next section is going to be the edit section. This is where you can actually turn on and off your listing. All these attributes here are the same attributes you see in Google My Business list dashboard. If you were to click on any of these attributes though, we have a unique feature where you can actually choose to lock the attribute. What this does for you is, if anyone was to try to make a malicious suggest edit against your listing, Local Viking will go ahead and revert that attribute back to the original state. So if someone tried to change this time to 8 a.m., 5 p.m., when in reality it should be 24 hours, as long as this is locked, it will revert back to 24 hours. This frees up your time so you don't have to constantly monitor all your listings for anyone trying to do malicious edits. Go to the media section. This is going to be where all your media is stored, all your images. If you wish to upload images, come to New Media, and we have the ability to upload to a single location or multiple locations. For this demo, we're going to do a single location. So if we did a profile picture, we can then choose to use one of our stock images, or we can browse for an image. For this demo, we'll use a stock image. if we go to the advanced section, we can use to edit the XF data up to and including the longitude and latitude of where the image was taken. We can also choose to use a pre-made template for our XF data, which helps create XF data for many images. Here's where we can schedule out the image for a set date and time in the future, and we'll click submit, and this will be scheduled out, and you can see it reflected in the calendar section. Reviews, if we had any reviews, this is where you can look at and respond to any reviews your listings get. Question and answer section, another spot where you can monitor and respond to any questions left. You can also choose to upload your own questions and answers. Notification section, this is where you can choose a set of notifications for any of your attributes if they're changed, as well as any reviews or questions and answers left. This is important because if you have multiple Gmail accounts linked to Local Viking, you don't want to go through multiple Gmail accounts looking for alerts. You want them all under one dashboard and alerts being sent to one Gmail account. Posts is where you can see the history of all the posts that were done on your listing. You go to a new post. Here's where you can create posts. Let me pull up some notes real quick. So some cool things you can do with posts is use spin tags to pull in unique attributes while not having to make unique posts over and over again. So by using this string of code here, we can pull in Ruby on Rails consulted traffic runners, as well as a unique phone number for this listing. We can also use spin tags to help create variants in the post. By using this kind of code, we can choose to have some of the posts say hello, some say hi, and some say hey. We can choose to import an image. We can set a date and time to have the post scheduled out to. And we can choose how often or how many days out the post will reoccur and how many times this reoccurrence will happen. Once your post is set up, click submit, and it will end up on your calendar. In the GeoGrid section, we have two parts. We have the live GeoGrid section and the scheduled GeoGrid section. To set up the live GeoGrid section, there are four parts: Google search, map URL, place ID, and my GMB. If you use my GMB, you are able to select a listing that you have in your Local Viking dashboard. The recommended settings that I like to use are a mile between each node at a 9x9 grid span. You can choose to drag the center point around as well. And even though you're moving the center point around, it's still going to reference the actual address of wherever your listing is at. Once you type in a search term and click the submit button, it's going to end up in the history section. And then you can see the scan that is ran and click on any of the nodes to see who's in front and behind your listing. The credits for GeoGrids works as such. So if this is a 13x13 GeoGrid, that's going to be 169 credits because there's 169 nodes. It's 1 credit per node. So if this scan's ran one time, it's going to cost 169 credits, and that's going to come out of the right number, the right side number. When you schedule GeoGrid, it's going to be the same settings, the same setup. But if you set it for a weekly frequency, it's going to be 169 credits times 4. 169 credits times 4 is 676 credits a month. If you choose to set up a scheduled GeoGrid for your Google My Business listing, once you have it set up with the keywords that you want tracked, you click the config button here, and it's going to end up in the config section. And as time progresses, you can click on any of the terms that you're tracking and see a nice timeline made on the progress that you've made. You can take this progress and put it into a GIF, which is a great visual just to show your clients on how you're progressing through the campaign. The last section is the reporting section. If you go to configurations and click create configuration, you can choose to import any and all of the listings that you want on the report while choosing the actual the attributes you want highlighted. If you want to show zero value properties or anything that's negative, you can as well. Set the comparisons up and choose to send the report out to a specified email with a message. If you have the Pro and above local Viking package, you can use white labeling. White labeling will allow your reports to have a customized logo up top, as well as a customized URL as from where the report comes from. Just to touch on a few other features that we have, if you go to Organizations tab on the top right, this is where you can choose to add individual team members to your local Viking dashboard. If you give them the administration role, they will have access to all your listings. If you give them the member role, they'll only have access to the listings that you assign or the tags that you assign them. Also under the organization section is the white label settings. And this is where, if you have the Pro and above package, you can choose to create your white label settings for your reports. If you have any questions about billing, if you go to the drop-down menu and click the billing, this will show you your history and explain in detail any questions you might have on your billing. This concludes our overall demo for Local Viking. If there's any other questions or concerns, please feel free to reach out to customer support by clicking the chat button on the top right, and we will see you in the next video. Have a great day.